Hatch in the middle. Senator Hatch just last week officially joined the IAPP. So to prepare for the World Summit, our focus is to bring the presidents of the United States, current and former. So we're working with President Clinton's staff, we're working with President George W. Bush's staff, and we're getting very positive developments of friendships and relationships. And Mother wrote a beautiful letter to the Bush family when President George Herbert Walker Bush passed away. And it really touched the Bush family, and President Bush sent this letter back to True Mother. Dear Hak Jahan Moon, dear Dr. Moon, Laura and I sincerely thank you for this letter. And it goes on, it's beautiful. And Mother really is touching the Bush family. And also, this is one of the closest persons to President Bush that we're working with, and that's in the middle there, a gentleman there that we're working with Congressman Burton, Tom and I. And also that's the president of the Washington Times now. Tom's the chairman. The president is Chris Dolan. He was 18 years with the Times and now is doing an excellent job there. He's also working with us to bring the presidents forward. He understands it as part of the mission of the Times. We have good relations with President Obama, and Bishop Noel Jones is personal friends with the president, and he's speaking with him this week, and he's going to talk with him and maybe go visit him about coming. So it's interesting how God has prepared things. With President Trump, we have many, many inroads. Pastor Paula White gave the invocation, one of the invocations at the inauguration. And she's very close with us. She's the main representative for all religious leaders for the President of the United States. So she also spoke at Madison Square Garden, gave a great message, and she came closer to us after she heard Mother's message. She met Archbishop Stallings, and last Thursday night, she met with Tom McDivitt and I directly and shared about the things we're working on with the president. And then also that's her husband there, and they have participated in the blessing, and they're great leaders, and they're very positive. And then the Washington Times invited her over to do an exclusive. And then just a short time ago, our former president of the Washington Times, who's now the CEO, Larry Beasley, had a personal meeting with President Trump. And that's his wife there, Lori Beasley, and he was invited back 3 times. They stopped talking, he started to leave. President Trump called him back and wanted to talk more. Charlie Hurd is the opinion editor. He talks with President Trump very, very regularly. He's one of President Trump's favorite people in the media, and it's a great relationship. And as you know, we got an exclusive with the Washington Times, about the first year in, and it's right on the president's desk there. But last May 17th, the day Mother had the victorious rally for 100,000 at Kintex with Dr. Jew in Subregion 1 with Dr. Lee, Friday, May 17th, this video came out with President Trump, and if you look where his elbow is, that's in Air Force One in the airplane. He has a stack of newspapers. The one on the top is the Washington Times. Confirmed for the World Summit, Vice President Cheney has confirmed. Speaker Newt Gingrich has confirmed. The Prime Minister of Canada, Stephen Harper, has confirmed, who's also very close to President Bush. And that's to say thank you to Dr. Kim and Dr. Famularo from Canada. Also, wonderful meetings with Mother, with Vice President Cheney and Speaker Gingrich. They're deeply moved by the World Summit. So whoever we bring to the World Summit, it's going to be a transformation. And they had a deep experience. And Dan Burton, of course, introduced Mother, but he's also helping Vice President Cheney and also Newt Gingrich and these leaders to come forward. And one of the things that touched Vice President Cheney was the fact that the Vice President of Iran was there with the President of Israel. And yet the atmosphere of the World Summit, thanks to Dr. Walsh and his leadership, is so respectful. And that's why Vice President Cheney is coming back. He's very close with President Bush. Newt Gingrich is very close with President Trump. So we're making progress. And as you remember, Archbishop Stallings gave the opening prayer. And Newt Gingrich picked it up and said it was religious leaders that always changed the direction of nations for slavery, for racism, for injustice. So that was a great, great thing. And these are the personal relationships. They're friends of Dr. Burton, or Congressman Burton, and Dr. Samia Burton are close friends with the Gingrich, so it also helps. So our strategy to get to these people is to develop the relationships. That's why Senator Hatch is so crucial for our work. Great articles came out on the Washington Times. Vice President Cheney advised President Bush to do like Reagan did. If you don't get the deal you want, walk out. And a few weeks later, President Trump walked out on Chairman Kim. And yet the relationship goes on. And then shortly after that, President Trump stepped over into North Korea. So there's a lot of negative media out there, but don't believe it. Just believe the Washington Times. And there's many more things to say, but my time's up. I just want to end with, I think I'll end right here with President Dunkley. We brought the victory that true parents made in Madison Square Garden. Dr. Balcom was leading us then. It changed America because Christianity came together. Then we went to Nassau Stadium and Noel Jones came and Bishop Mears came. And then we went to City of Refuge, to Christian Church with 10,000 at Noel Jones Church. And he's changed. He's become so strong. He's fending off all kinds of challenges, and it's causing the big leaders of Christianity to shake because they tried to stop him, but they couldn't, because he knows God is with True Mother. He says, when you look at True Mother, the only thing you can say, judge her by her fruits, and her fruits are good. And I want to thank Reverend Dunkley for leading us. We're now going on to have a rally in Chicago, True Family Values. Then we're going to Washington, D.C. We'd like to have an IAP be there in the U.S. Senate. And then we're going to Bishop Mears Church. We'll have 5,000 clergy there for the rally. And then 20,000 to 30,000 are coming together from the whole world to form the World Clergy Leadership Conference. We just met Dr. Lee with KRA yesterday. 30 Christians are coming from America, from ACLC to Korea. So I want to let Dr. Tokuno and Dr. Lee know we love Korea, we love Japan, so we want to bring our American congressmen to work with your congressmen and help bring peace between Japan and Korea so we can win this battle.
Thank you, Dr. Jenkins.